Hello, it's queenGrace1, and today I'm doing an album review of Koda 13th studio album, Double Face, but I'm doing the inside today. So the first track is Double Face, or W Face, but it's pronounced Double Face. It's a really good intro. I like the way the breakdown contrasts against the chorus. It kind of follows Kumi's recent trap sound. I like the intro, how it starts with yes bitch, yes bitch, yes bitch. I think that's really powerful, has a lot of attitude, opens up the outside concept, but opens up the concept of this album in general. There's a lot of power to that. The breakdown is beautiful, and I hope she opens concepts with it, and I think either way it will sound great live. I was really excited when I heard the short clip of it, but I was scared the song might not live up to it, but I think it certainly did. So I gave it a 9 out of 10. Then is Ultraviolet, which is classic pop Koda Kumi, which I love. It's powerful. The chanting, get ready for the night, ready for the night, is strong, powerful. Again, has a lot of attitude. I like the change right before the chorus. Yeah, there's a change in the feel, and that's good. It's like a break before it goes to the powerful chorus. The second verse is fire. I like when the beat stops, and the second breakdown after the chorus kind of goes old school, which the whole song ties together very nicely. It's like a more mature version of Money in My Bag, in my opinion. A very strong title track. I love it, I love it, I love it. Definitely one of my favorites in this album. I gave it an 8.5. Then it's Insane. Opening is very good. It has a crowd chanting that you'd hear at a football stadium or a concert, that sort of chanting that you'd hear before the action happens. The verses are kind of hip hop, and the chorus is very rock, which I didn't like it at first because I thought they were trying too hard to remake Piece in the Puzzle, which is one of her best songs. But it grew on me. I started to like it, and I started to see it as its own song. It's very different from Piece in the Puzzle. I think that the reason I thought it was lackluster at first is because I had such high anticipation for it. It's the song that I was looking forward to the most, probably, out of everything I'd heard. So because my expectations were high, naturally it was going to be underwhelming regardless. But it's a very good song, so I gave it an 8.8. After that is Damn Real, which is the first song that I'd heard nothing about. I had no idea what to expect. It was not what I was expecting based on the your title. What we got was a soulful R&B. It kind of reminded me of her old R&B stuff, when she first started, which is why when that breakdown came in I wasn't that happy, because I was it could have gone on with that and given us nostalgic feels, but then it did a breakdown, and I guess they were trying to get it to fit in with the outside concept and with the other songs, but I would have preferred it to have not had the breakdown because it's so disjunct. It really doesn't suit it. I'm not crazy about it. It doesn't add an awful lot to it. But I see why they did it, but because of it not tying together that well, I have to give it a 7 out of 10, which is low. But then comes Heartless, which is a ballad, nothing special. I guess it was just a break, so not every song in the album was up tempo, but it's not one of Kumi's greatest ballads. She has beautiful ballads, vocal masterpieces that make this seem very basic. Even compared to the other songs on the album, it's standing out so much and still being so lackluster. It says a lot. It's not a great song. I like the simplicity, just the piano and her voice, but it's not impactful. And that kind of crying voice that she does, I don't know, it does nothing for me on this song. She does it on other songs and I love it, but on this song it's just whatever. This isn't what I wanted from Outside. Even if it was on Inside, still, it's not one of her greatest ballads. A bit boring, bit typical from her. I think because she has so many ballads, it's easy to fall into a trap, or into a routine, and I think this certainly didn't give anything special, so I gave it a 6. Then we have I like the 8-bit sound at the start, and then the clapping that's introduced. It's very like inclusive. Like it makes everyone want to join in. And her being like a Japanese artist and stuff. Like this is her outside album that reaches where she worked with a lot of international producers and things like that. Like there's a lot of international input. It's kind of her outside, like what she shows to the world. I think as international fans, like we can really appreciate this side to her. Um, I wait. That's not the next song. Baseline is the next song, but I guess we'll have to do it like the other way around. So, yeah, it kind of reminded me of Freaky, like that note she, like that long note that she does before the beat comes back. It was kind of like she was saying, like, I did that in Freaky, I can still do it now. I really appreciated that. But then the verses kind of reminded me of like Bon Voyage days, like the breakdowns in that song, like that kind of feel. So it was a lot of like like past references, but it's still very current. Like it had the breakdown, which I live for. It's not a typical breakdown. Like it's different. It's like a mature breakdown. Like I must say that Koda Kumi has really matured with her musical direction. I appreciate that. It came out last year as a single, the only single she released last year. And I still love it now. It's beautiful on the album. Like, and I'm very happy that she included it. Now we go to track number. Oh, I gave this an 8 out of 10. Now we're going back to Baseline, which like it being called Baseline, I was expecting it to be like a bassline the whole way through, but which I guess you could argue there was, but it was more of a smooth jazz thing, which I was intrigued by. I was surprised, but I loved it. I was delightfully surprised by this song. Like it took me by surprise. But then they have the same sort of chanting that's in Insane, so it ties in with the album. The bass lines, which are heavily prevalent in the album, but then it does its own thing. Like there's a smoothness, and I just think it was so beautiful. Like the way it's composed, the way her voice sounds, everything sounds so perfect, and it builds up. And then there's the breakdown, which is like the title of the song. Like so, there's a consistency which I appreciated, and then it does that again. It goes back to the jazz. That builds up and then it goes into a breakdown and then she starts rapping, which like took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it, but I loved it. I feel like this song gave everything. It's my star track of this album. Definitely one of her best songs ever. I gave it a 9. Yes, most definitely a well-deserving 9. So now we're going past because we already talked about that. And we're going to Bangarang. Bangarang. It's got like a brassy riff. The verse for me like resembles a breakdown. Again like sort of Bon Voyage feels like with her vocal. I wasn't into that song, this song like the first time I heard it, but it most definitely grew on me, and now I absolutely love it. I like the vocal harmonization when she says Bangarang. And the breakdown, like it all fits together. I feel like when you have like these like breakdown songs, like the vocal has to be on point, and Kumi pretty much always delivers vocally, so she really suits this concept. I love it. This song gets an 8 out of 10. And then we have Wicked Girls, all the Wicked Girls. It's kind of brassy, again giving a Bon Voyage feel, which I wasn't expecting, like especially in the verses and stuff, but in the chorus as well. Fast tempo, exciting, good strong vocal. The song was giving me everything I was expecting, everything I needed from this song. Very up tempo, very fun, bright, exciting. Love that, appreciate that. Shows her like girliest side, I'd say, because Miss Kumi does have like sides to her. She has a very girly, bright side, and she showcased it in this song, and I love it, and I can't wait to see it performed live. Can't wait. It got an 8.9. I feel like I was just missing a tiny something to give it a 9. But like not many songs are 9 worthy. Anyway, like this is an amazing song. And the percussion, like if you listen to it with headphones, like all the percussionism that's going on is great, is quite advanced. And like the layers to the song are crazy. I love the song. Definitely a strong 8.9. And the album ends on Cupcake, which I think she performed before. It seems her fans already like knew about this song. Good song, great song. It kind of reminded me of like Rihanna's Cake from like 2012. Had that like smooth urban sound, kind of, which suits Kumi. Like this is her style. Kind of like a few of her other songs, and then like a Rihanna and Chris Brown's Cake. The feature Aklu, the only feature on the album, on like both of the sections of the album, I think, did very well. He's a good rapper. Him and Kumi definitely like their voices meshed well together. Kumi, like, she's a good person. Like all of her collabs are amazing. I must commend her on that. Like in her whole career. And this one wasn't any different. I didn't give this song a score out of 10. I don't know why I didn't. um, and I'd worked out the average of this album to be 7.23, but I don't know how I did that if I didn't give the song. I'd give this song like a 7.9, a 7.9, and I can work out the average. I'll put it in the description bar. But it seems the album's gonna get like, yeah, a 7 or an 8 average. I'll rework it out. But overall, a very good album. I like the direction that Kumi's taking with her music, like from Walk of My Life to this. Like there's definitely like her albums are flowing well. Yeah, I think the decision to split it into an outside and an inside was good and bad, because I feel like both albums are kind of missing something, but I guess they're missing each other. But then I don't know. I feel like if she releases another album and it puts like both sides together and we get like the ultimate coup, then that will be like, okay, it makes sense. But if she's gonna, it's always gonna be like, oh, she's showing the inside or she's showing the outside. I don't really. I'm not too much of a fan, but seeing as she's never done something like this, I think it worked quite well. I enjoyed this album. I've listened to like half of Inside. I can't lie, I'm not crazy about Kumi's ballads, so it is a bit hard for me to listen to. Like I'm getting through it, but I'm definitely more of an outside fan of Kumi. But I'm sure like the other half of Inside that I haven't listened to is good as well, so I'll check that out and we'll see how it goes. This has been Queen Grace 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.